Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I've been a lazy person the last couple of weeks, but in fact today I was supposed to go up to the tram and do some hiking up there, but my partner a little bit under the weather, so we decided to delay that another week. Hopefully everything will be good to go next weekend. I had a couple of free passes and I was waiting for some snow, and they got a little bit, I guess, at the end of January, but nothing this year. It's so dry. So we're just going to go up and hike around. To those of you going this year on the PCT, be really sure to pay attention to the PCT water report. It's been a dry winter. Typically February is our wettest month, but not this year. I don't even know if we've gotten any rain. We're supposed to possibly get some rain tomorrow, but we span around. There's not a cloud in the sky. So unless there's a strong enough storm to get up and over San Jacinto, we're not going to see anything. Crazy. So my plans to hike Whitewater, or to Whitewater, I'm kind of hedging on them now because of the pit bull warning. I mean, I'm afraid of snakes, I'm afraid of spiders, I'm afraid of all sorts of stuff. Mountain lions, I respect tremendously. But pit bulls, and dogs in general, probably because I was bitten in the face when I was a kid, so I have that fear of them. That makes me nervous, and they're right where I wanted to hike. I wanted to do a day hike in a camp at the preserve, hike from the I-10 up through behind the wind farm and drop down into the preserve. It's like 8 miles plus a half-mile spur trail. That's exactly where they saw the pit bulls. So, I don't know. Maybe just to help with my fears, maybe I'll get some kind of dog spray and just do it. I have to think about that. In fact, one of the other vloggers for this year was talking about their fears, and I'm like, that'd be a good one to tag other people who make vlogs. I'm like, I should talk about my fears. I've got them, much less than my parents do, and my other family members do about me going on this hike. But it would be kind of interesting to really talk about it and see what other fears people have. So I'll do that maybe when I get home. Today, I wanted to be lazy. I am an Olympics, I love to watch every second of the Olympics, and especially the Winter Olympics. And that's going on right now. So I want to be a couch potato, and I want to be sitting there watching everything I've taped. But it's been a while since I've gone out on a nice hike, so this one isn't a super long hike. I'm just going to go back down an area of the Cove and look into you haven't seen yet, and then back out. Nothing big, nothing long. But, man, getting myself out here was a chore. I'm glad I did it. The instant my foot hit the trail, I felt a lot better. So I just gotta, even if I'm in lazy mode, just gotta do it. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, it's glittering. That's cool. So I'm giving my ultras another try. I'm trying to wear them at work as I walk around a lot with a backpack on, and just trying to wear them around. So I really would like them to work. But after 3 days of wearing them in a row, my arches started to ache. And this is actually the 4th day in a row wearing them, but it's not excruciating pain like when my plantar fasciitis flares up, but it's still pretty bad. It's a warning sign, honestly. So I'm like, it's looking more and more like I'm going to have to wear my Kings in the desert, the Voyagers. They're breathable hiking shoes, but they're still quite a bit heavier than my these Ultras. Even though Keen does have a wide toe box, and I fit pretty well in them, my feet feel fantastic in them, actually. I think my toes are even happier in these Ultras, because they are pretty wide clown shoes after all. But who cares if they're comfortable? So I'm still trying to work them in and see if it gets better. Oh joy, sandy wash time. I was thinking if I didn't suffer so much from plantar fasciitis, these would be perfect shoes for me. I'm not saying Ultras are bad. They're awesome, but I just don't think they're the shoe for me. Everybody's different. And unfortunately, you have to try on a bunch of shoes until you figure out what's good for you, for your own feet. This is the beginning of the Bear Creek Oasis Trail, although not quite the beginning anymore. This basically goes up through the section I've showed you just now, and through a wash section, which I'm starting, and before it starts to climb up several miles, steep miles, into a hidden oasis. And you've heard me talk about this before if you've watched any of my videos. I wanted to make this by the end of this season, but it's gotten so warm in February. We're having temperatures in the 90s. I'm like, what happened to our winter? Did we even have one this year? Today's nice. Today, I think the highs are only like in the upper 70s. That's why, another reason why I wanted to get out here so badly. But yeah, if the temps are hitting 90s and above, I mean, that, from the trailhead where I parked, I believe it's over 4 miles up and in, possibly 6 miles up and in to the oasis. So it's a good day hike, and it's a strenuous hike. I don't really want to do that in 90 plus degree heat. But if I can, because I'm in lazy mode today, I'll make it to the point where it starts to go up in elevation, and I'll point that out to you. Plus there's a cool, it's not a cave, there's probably a geological term for it. There's a wash area that is carved out, huge chunks of granite boulders, and it looks like a cave. It's pretty cool. And you can tell that a lot of parties are had there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of broken bottles and trash and stuff like that. I feel like I'm walking on the beach now. I'm giving my calves a workout. And it's been tagged all over. There's up there. Fire pit. Always wanted to climb up there, but I'm not a good climber, so. There's ways to get up on top through other little trails, but I haven't explored too deeply. But this is where the Bear Creek goes. So it starts going up there, and it's hard. I'm kind of blocked from view, but it winds up the canyon, just goes up there somewhere. I don't know where it stops. From here, I think it's another 3 miles or more, and I've made it halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway, but that was like 3 or 4 miles in and out. I did not get to the oasis, and I'd like to someday. But, not today. Maybe next time. Got to get home and watch me some Winter Olympics. I'm already a day behind. So anyways, that was the easy part of the Bear Creek Oasis Trail. And I'm hoping before the end of the season, if I can, even if it remains hot, if I can get up like before dawn and get to the trailhead at dawn to attempt it this year. If not, it's going to have to wait until the weather cools off again, which won't be until next fall, late fall. Woo! There goes the wind. I figure in a worst case scenario, if I'm not physically fit enough to attempt this and successfully before the PCT hike, I think the fall right after the PCT hike, I'll be in tip-top hiking form, so I'll be able to do it then. Right? That's the idea, anyways. I'll see you back at home. We can talk about what I fear for my through hike in 2019 on the Pacific Crest Trail. Hey everybody, I have an assistant this time. This is Pip. I swear this cat should be wearing a top hat and a monocle because that's his personality. He's awesome. So anyways, I was watching Chubby Hiker, and she was talking about her fears of the trail. And I think everyone has fears. Some are different than others. And I thought, that'd be a great topic for the next time I got a chance to record. Because, I have some fears. The ones that come to mind first and foremost are like things like snakes, spiders, scorpions, creatures like that. Basically, I do not plan on cowboy camping at all, at least not in the desert. I have a black mesh net on my Bay Agnes UL1, so if I wanted to see the stars, I could just sleep without the fly on and I should be able to see anything. But this way I can keep the creepy crawlies out of my my space, and I'll be keeping my shoes inside even if they're dirty. I don't want scorpions crawling up in there. Ugh. No, thank you. And then I'm just, spiders. I'm very anacrophobic. So no. And snakes, I think I'm pretty oblivious. I probably hike by them all the time and don't realize that I am. But I'm torn with hiking with some music or just hiking without. Probably without, because I want to be able to hear when they rattle. They give a warning sign. And everyone, like my mom, is more concerned about bears. And I'm like, I'm not really worried about the bears. They seem to be pretty shy. And what I see on vlogs, they're running away. So I'm like, okay, bears, okay. Mountain lions, though, that's different. I think I have a healthy respect for mountain lions. You know, this guy's pretty mellow. He's not going to hurt anybody, but you know, mountain lions. Yeah, I've seen videos. I saw that same video that Chubby Hiker was talking about them being stalked. But yeah, it's kind of creepy. But I think if you're aware, and I think you'll be okay. I'm not too afraid of that. That being said, I want to hike in March up on the segment of the trail that's closest to me, which is from the I-10 behind the wind farms to the spur trail to the Whitewater Preserve. And that's exactly where those pit bulls have been seen attacking different cows and steers. I'm like, fantastic. So, and I am a little bit paranoid of that because when I was a kid, I was bit in the face by a German Shepherd. And my dog was like right next to me and did nothing to protect me, by the way. Whatever. And in fact, I'm lucky I didn't get bit in the throat because I would have bled out by the time help got to me. But I was lucky it released my face because I was flailing and it thought I was going to hit it, so he grabbed my hand instead. So it saved. I had some stitches here, but that was it. But I'm leery about the pit bull thing. I'll probably look and see if I can find something like a dog mace just to have that extra protection with me, because I really do want to do a shakedown on the PCT with all the gear, with that new backpack. But I don't play around with pit bulls, no way. So, and that's exactly where I want to hike. So I'll bring some extra precautions with me that time. I think my greatest fear would be not finishing after dreaming about this and putting so much work into it and money. Not finishing would break my heart. Mostly, I think what would stop me would be something like a repetitive stress injury, like to my feet, to my ankles, something in the legs. So I'm doing what I can to build the strength up with that. And I'm always looking at ways to making sure my feet are taken care of, because they do all the work for you. And if you're not taking care of your feet, you're just not going to make it. So, I mean, that's my fear of letting down myself and letting down some people that really want to see me make it. No, I take that back. Well, no, that's a big fear. Another big fear, because I'm a desert rat, or an arid person rat, is the snow in the Sierra, if it's a high snow year. I'm hoping it's a low to average snow year, and that I'm not hitting too early. I don't have any technical skills when it comes to snow. Yes, I'll have some microspikes. Yes, I'll have an ice axe. And yes, I'll learn how to use it before I actually go. But I'm a little bit afraid of snow and the river crossings. What I have going for me is I am a tall girl, and you can be swept away no matter how tall you are, but I have a little bit more leverage when I'm crossing rivers. Something that comes up to the knees on me on a short statured woman might go up to their hips or their thighs. So I have that going for me, but I am afraid of the snow in the Sierra. But that's the crown jewel of the PCT, and I'm not skipping that just because I'm afraid. Hopefully, I'll hook up with some good people, and we'll all go in a group over the tough parts. Peak Whitney, go over Forester Pass, go over Muir, and all the other sketchy areas. I think the river crossings that are the scariest are after Tulum, or Ptolemy, not Tulum. I'm massacring the names. I'm not sure, and I won't know until I go. But I am afraid of that. I'm totally afraid of that. I can just see myself like being pushed down river for a mile, and even if I can crawl out, I'm worried about losing my glasses, and I can't see anything. I mean, Magoo is what I will be carrying something that attaches to the back of both sides and wraps around, and that will help. But yeah, I got to be careful not to lose the glasses. Gear is bad enough. If I lose the glasses, I'm screwed. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. What other ones? I'd like to hear some of your fears too. Oh, critters. Not afraid of mine. I'm not afraid of mice. What I am afraid of is them chewing a hole in my tent and chewing a hole in my backpack to get to my food that might be in there. Not sure what I'm going to do outside of the bear canister areas for food storage. Probably put it in something like, I think they're called op sacks, which is supposed to help with the smell, so the critters won't smell them. And then I think I'm going to buy one of those Z-Packs bear bags, and I put those in that, and then I've got to teach myself how to hang or just keep it in the tent with me, but all wrapped up in those layers, and hope that's enough. I hear many people sleep with their food and they're fine, but I'm just afraid of rats or mice chewing through my gear, or not of the creatures themselves, but them raiding my gear to get to the food. That would suck. Oh, and this is my other fear, and I know this is going to happen. I just have to deal with it. Is missing Game of Thrones final season in 2019 when I'm hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. It just. I'm going to have to wait until I get back in order to watch it. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll catch an episode in town, but it has to be in order, so I can't watch anything out of order. Oh well. I'm bummed about that, but they just had to take a season and a half to make the final season. What can I say? Anyways, those are my biggest fears that I can think of off the top of my head. I'd like to hear yours and give me some feedback, what you think of anything in this video. And as always, subscribe if you haven't subscribed so you can see future videos and more info as I put it up. And throw me a like if you like it, and please share on any social media you like. All right, thanks. You guys have a great week, and I will see you next time.